let's officially start the beginning of this episode.
Yes, sir.
If you didn't see the pre-show, go check that out. He kind of hit on what we talked about a little bit, but go check that out. It was featuring our boy Angel, aka Hanalito. You know what I'm saying? Angelito. You know what I'm saying? I'm working on my Spanish. You feel me? I gotta get right.
That boy from Puerto Rico. hey.
So with that being said, welcome to UndefeatedMindz podcast, where we represent elevated innovation over ignorance. I am your boy Deshaun. You know what I'm saying? I got my little brother right here.
It's your boy Mr. Stepper. Shotter. Hey, what y'all got? Talk to me. I talk back.
Hey, with that being said, man, let's go ahead and hit the toast. Ooh, god damn.
Yes, sir. You gotta hit that thou out. One thou in.
Ooh.
You gotta add a little bit more. I don't know how to green taste.
Nothing, bro.
Bro, from love, prosperity, and peace, my boy.
And multitude of success, bro.
Multitude.
So with that being said, man, so we're going to hop into it a little bit. We're going to kind of do a recap of what we did on last episode, where we was talking about love and power. Could you have love and power at the same time?
Yeah.
One area that I felt like that we did not hit on heavy was love and power within a relationship. And I personally believe that you cannot have both at the same time. Absolute both at the same time. You know what I'm saying? You might go 50-50, but then at the same time, I just don't personally feel like that fits. And here's my example of why I say that. Because according to statistics and the positions of as a culture where we at right now, according to black people, you know what I'm saying? You have, I believe the percentage is 59% of black men that are single with no children. You know what I'm saying? 62% of black women that are single, no children. Why are we not getting married? You know what I'm saying? Because of a power structure. You got people trying to fight for an identity as far as in respect, whereas the feminists or women, I wouldn't even say the feminists because personally I'm a feminist, but I like the traditional feminist movement. I don't like this new wave. But what I'm saying is you got women trying to fight for respect and power, but now our marital rates are down. You see what I'm saying? Like, how are you fighting for power and respect and equal rights and equality when that's causing you to feud with the guy who you really want to be with, and you don't respect him because he's not making enough or meeting to your standards? If he don't meet to your standards, then he not qualified to be loved. You know what I'm saying?
Correct.
In order for him to be loved, he gotta be powerful. He gotta have this. He gotta have that. What they say is the 3 6s. He gotta be 6 foot with a 6-pack with 6-figure income. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I ain't 6 foot, so fuck 'em. But
but I'm just saying that as far as in statistics, our marital rates are down. Our procreation numbers are down. You know what I'm saying? I can even go deeper as far as in the history behind what went on and what caused the black culture or the black family to be dismantled from the 60s on up. Now, you had multiple people trying to warn them about the results of what's going on, but nobody paid attention because you had a lot of women still fighting for power and didn't understand the bigger mission behind the feminist movement. So it continued to roll over. You get what I'm saying? Not understanding the cards that were being played.
correct.
And the divisive mechanisms that were being played as well towards women wanting to be more powerful, and then that's diluting the man's power and what he brings to the table. You hear all the time.
It's too much tugging. Like,
right.
When you get to that point, bro, it's like the ultimate power of respect is to never disrespect. And when I say that, you gotta know, even when you feel disrespected, to be able to listen with both ears. And like you said before, to come back into what you said, it was like you gotta learn how to actively listen. You got to have patience. A lot of times, it's a certain time and place to react. It's a certain time and place to respond. It's a certain time to even even respond a certain way. Like I say, like somebody's come at you left, and regardless of the hardest people, we know a lot of people that was about that life. It ain't even about being gangster now. It's about just being genuine and smart. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people are like, well, I'm strong. I'm the hardest. It ain't about being the hardest. It's about being the smartest.
Yeah.
So now, if somebody just blank disrespect you at your job, are you finna go, I'm about that life. You ain't gonna be about that life out the door with no job. You know what I'm saying? So it's like anything, circumstance, situations, you just can't always prove a point because, again, proving a point you know what I'm saying? It's gonna lead you down a rabbit hole, but then that's not even a rabbit hole. It's gonna lead your ass without. Like,
I feel like when people try to prove a point, they don't understand the end goal. It's just more so like, I'm just trying to get my point across, and I ain't really worried about your point across.
It's an impulse decision.
Oh hell yeah! Like think about it. When most people go and get into arguments, it's always impulsive. Like you're trying to force your point across versus using the power of listening, understanding, and then delivering what you gotta say after you heard all of the information, so you can get a full understanding of what's going on. You feel me? So, like, I feel like that's where the misunderstanding come into play. Not even just they don't understand it. It's more so a misunderstanding. You know what I'm saying? So with that misunderstanding, it causes you to do a lot more impulsive decisions, a lot more he say, she say, without actually hearing how this person is coming across. You know what I'm saying? And I don't like to use the word feel too much because I'm not.
It's not about feelings.
It's not about
feelings. It's a logic game right now. Like, you got to do what makes sense. You know what I'm saying? This is the men. Like, this is just being men right now. You know what I'm saying? And as women, y'all will respect the ones that are going to be men because, again, a man's job is to make a woman feel protected and to make sure that she feels like she has structure and she has somebody that's going to provide. Now, providing doesn't always come with money and materialistic shit. Possessions. Those are 3 P's. Prizes, I mean, you know what I'm saying? So
men go off of the 3 P's that they supposed to go to is preach, protect, provide. But you can replace the word preach with lead. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But preach, protect, provide, and if you ever pay attention to, I always tell people pay attention to feminine words, masculine words in the Spanish community. You know what I'm saying? Based off of the language, you do have feminine words and masculine words, right? So you also got to understand, like, P words, majority of P words are masculine words in the English language.
Power,
majority,
protect.
The majority of the M words and N words are more feminine languages. You know what I'm saying? It's
magnificent.
Even that, because it's subtle. Magnificent is subtle. You know what I'm saying? But think about it. Mother, you got the N word, nurturing, nursing. You know what I'm saying? Like, these are things that only women can do. That's the power that they hold. You know what I'm saying?
We could try. I mean, man, of course we can do things, but we won't be able to succeed
but
as much.
I don't think that we should try to. This is the part where I say we're not equal. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think that men should try to nurse. I don't think it's in our role to nurse.
But again, it's like looking at your avatar when you playing with certain games or whoever. Like, people have their strong attributes and strong assets due to anything. They have their value. Mm-hmm. And it's not even saying who's more important than the other. It's not that. It's about who complements each other, who works well with one another, who's willing to, when you're down, I'm up. When I'm down, you're up. Who's willing to push and pull together. Women, I know some women that have came to me and said, I feel like when I submit, I have more power than when I try to overcome him, like be overpowering. And to me, when a woman's submissive, she does get more power out of that man because she can easily not manipulate him, but she can persuade him.
Persuade, yeah.
That persuasion of, okay, you know, it's a man he's going to, oh man, that's my shorty. Like, she doing what I want him to do. Like I said
last time, most wars influenced by a woman. You know what I'm saying? But this is what I say about this, because I'm not the type of person, like, I can get on women about what they do, but at the same time, again, this is Undefeated Minds. You got to play both sides. I'm very strong on how I feel or my opinion about certain things, but I don't want to dilute the power of a woman. Again, the power of a woman is to nurse. The power of a woman is to nurture. The power of a woman is also influence. Like you said,
has no fear like a woman scorned.
For sure. So if I know for a fact that this is the type of power that a woman can hold, she's wielding that, especially in between her vagina, then as a man, I need to be able to develop myself to be aware of her power, because she can use it against me. Again, you got to look at women kind of like not your enemy, but at the same time,
like kids.
You got to not like kids. Yo. I mean, at the same time, they do get shiny possessions. They can't keep their hands off of certain things. They get mad when they don't get what they want. They do act like kids.
This is definitely going to be one of them segments that you put up here, and it's going to be good promotion. Watch what I'm saying. They want to call us daddy, but they want us to act like a father. Not just to the child, but to them. Like you just said, they pout. They can't have their way. They can't get nothing. They can't be spoiled. They don't want to be told no.
They want to be spoiled, but they can't be told no.
Right.
Go ahead.
So, I mean, either way, I mean, I'm still a kid like tendencies. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So it's like, yeah, like you want a man, but you still want a man that's gonna treat you like your father. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I do. Like, cause you hear this saying from females all the time. I'll submit to the right man. I strongly disagree with that statement, because the same way how I say you can't just cut on and cut off submission. Like you can't just that's a habit
that's
to
like
do.
Cutting on, cutting off disrespect.
Yeah, that part. Yeah, you can't do that, because you get what I'm saying. You don't cuss in front of your parents like that. Like you're not being disrespectful in front of your parents.
We are cognitive enough to not do that. Some people are not, bro.
It's very true.
There's some people that are just blatantly say certain things that they don't even know they're saying. Bro, how many people we know that are just rude and talkative for no reason?
Or the people, better example, the people who, when you go out to eat, they're rude to waitresses and waiters for no reason. Like that. God, you playing with my food. I will whoop your ass if I find out this person spit in my food because of what you did.
What you done to make them feel objected to do something
right. So you should have manners and respect to treat this person, because one, they're serving you. So this is my whole point of going back into what I was saying as far as the submission. Let's say the waiter or the waitress is serving you. Mm-hmm. You automatically giving them respect because they're the middleman between you and your food.
Yeah. Being processed.
You might want to respect them because they can do something to your food in that way. Same way with a woman saying, okay, I want to submit. I only gonna submit to a certain man. That mean you only gonna submit to a certain waiter or waitress?
That we are the middleman when it comes to marriage, kids, a lot of things that you guys promote as successful as a woman.
But let me give you pushback since you saying that, because we don't have nobody here to be able to defend that side.
Correct. I do that.
There are men out here who are not developed. Let me say there's the age bracket. Just because of your age, you're not a man.
Yeah.
There are guys that are out here, better choice of words, that will consider themselves men that cannot provide like a man. So when women say, well, listen, it does come down to the point of I need to be able to submit to a man because I need to know if I'm protected. I need to know if this guy can provide for me. I need to know if this guy is educated enough to be able to teach and guide me in a way where I can trust him enough to be able to say, you know what? You got it. That's a real thing. I can't knock that. There are men out here who are slipping, bro.
It's a lot of men.
It's a lot of let's say guys. There are a lot of guys who are out here that are not men who are slipping And it doesn't matter about their age.
Nah, because again,
they just fucking up.
When I told you about the whole terminology, we in the age where we can be considered OGs, and then we also could be considered as Thundercats. So when you get to that point, you got old heads that wasn't on their A game. That shouldn't have been considered.
For sure.
That shouldn't have been that person that we looked up to. So again, those are those guys. And again, we can't get mad at the women that look at those for examples and use them and saying, you have to be careful because you categorize, well, niggas ain't shit, men ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? No, it's those guys that you had an accountant when shit. You just can't. Just like I can't say every woman ain't shit.
Yeah, you can't generalize everybody in the same category.
Because people are different. I mean, you know what I'm saying? So I agree 100%. You want to be able to have that cognitive ability, but a lot of people, their mindset is so small and narrow that they don't see the big picture. They don't see what is it to have generational wealth. They don't see the big picture to pass down assets.
But you look like you over there itching.
So it's, you know what I'm saying? It's just one of them things, bro. Like, you have to be able to have reassurance for yourself, for one thing. For you be able to tell somebody else what they can and can't do, you got to have reassurance for yourself. You got to have reassurance for your woman. And then you got to be able to take that on to the household for the kids.
As a man, yeah, for sure. And as a woman.
Most men don't even know how to handle themselves. Let alone how you going to do this for this woman and do this for these kids.
There's a book that I want to refer you guys to. It's called Mastery by Robert Greene. You know what I'm saying? I always refer you guys, if you have not seen the episode, any of our episodes of Undefeated Minds podcast. If you're listening to the audio, I'm going to tell you the name of this book, but if you're watching this on YouTube, you get to actually see it. It's called Mastery by Robert Greene, the guy who created the 48 Laws of Power. So this is what it looked like. Also, I will recommend a book for men. It's called The Ways of the Superior Man.
We talked about this.
We talked about this. I strongly suggest
this whole. I'm gonna say most of us, what we talking about is all intertwined to like a cloth, like a fabric, bro. Like
personal development.
It's all it is. I've been going through this personal development stage,
and you gonna always go through it because of the person who you was last year is not the same person who you are right now. If you are developing yourself, and that's a big if. Bruh. Because most people are distracted by what's going on in society. We
can say it from that. We can go from the intellectual standpoint, or we could even say it from this. It's off just love. Not even with somebody else. You can be one person tonight, and by tomorrow morning, you could be somebody else completely.
It's a decision. The ability that God gave us, the beautiful thing that God gave us was the ability to choose what we want. So that means we control our own fate based off of the decisions that we make every day. So if you make the right or wrong decision to put you in a position to either grow or fail, that's your fault. That's your fault. Remember what I'm saying. No matter what the circumstances is, it doesn't matter. It's about how you handle it. You have the ability to choose whether you want to say yay or nay in the discussion. It's your fault, no matter what it is, whether that's good or whether that's bad. Don't worry about the environment. Don't worry about the circumstances or the situation. It's about how you handle it. You don't change the sun. You can't change what time the sun rise up. You can't change when the moon come up. You can't change when it rains. You can't change when it's cold. You can't change when it's hot. But what do we do as a people? That things that go over people's head is we prepare for the seasons. When it get cold outside, we get jackets. When it get hot outside, we wear shorts. When it rain outside, we get an umbrella. It's your choice whether or not you choose to be able to go out here. If it's raining and you go outside with no umbrella, it's your choice if you get rained on. So with that being said, man.
Let's get to the meat, bro.
What? I'm sorry, bro.
Listen.
I know I'm gonna sound like, but shit, that threw me off, bro.
Bro, I swear to God, y'all are some Bati boys, boy. I swear to God.
That shit threw me off, man. I'm sorry.
You see how he put his hands up on the pre-toe?
No.
Yes,
You know
bitch.
what? Look,
Yes,
I'm
bitch.
Look, bro, for all my New York people up top, up north.
Pause.
Pause, bro. I'm sorry. Let's
Pause.
get to the key of the discussion, like
The main
the
subject.
main subject, bro. Like
The
I
main.
don't know. Damn, bro.
So the main subject of this, which kind of rolls over into what we were talking about earlier, it's about love and power, but it's about how you show the love and power in certain circumstances and situations. So we saw a question that was posed that it was like, should a woman
Defend her
her man to her family?
Yep.
And who comes first? Your man or your family? Let's flip the scenario. Who comes first? Your wife or your family? Because we gotta play both sides.
My wife.
I listen. I personally believe that my wife will always come before my family and also my children.
Of course.
If I chose to submit,
And
get on
procreate.
one knee, and choose you as my wife, you are basically number.
My rib.
Basically, like I'm gonna say you number 3, because you can't be number 2. You know what I'm saying? The reason why I say you can't be number 2 because it's me, my career, then you. Because without my career, I can't make no money to be able to provide for you. You know what I'm saying? So, with that being said, like, you know, my children come after you, and then my mom and all them situations come after you. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's how I personally look at it. We live in the hierarchy.
Of course, and again,
So-
it's everything is always systematic. You have to have structure. That's what we do. That's logical. Like, we have to take away the emotions. Now, not completely 100%, but that's how men think. We try to think logical. Now, some of us think impulsive, and we think with our feelings. Again, that's for another topic for another day. But when it get to this subject on, like you said, defending your wife and destruction, for me personally, I would say my wife comes. My business and my passion, my dream, and, like, you know, my career is up there with me anyway. So it's always gonna be me first. But my wife is always gonna come second. And when I say my wife is gonna come second, I'm not saying like, if you're wrong, I'm going to correct you. But before I make you my wife, I need to know that I can pull you to the side when it's time to, and you're going to listen. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not going to be a time where I pull you to the side. No. We're not going to argue in front of people. We do that at home. That's how I believe. I shouldn't have to, even if I'm wrong and you say, but babe, boom, 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 I should be able to listen, even as a man. Because a lot of men, what I say goes.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
That's that misogynistic type
Fuck
mindset.
that. I'm not one of those
what
guys.
I say go.
Yeah, I'm not one of those guys when I say go. Because sometimes I could be wrong. And I would want my woman to keep me straight of the path that I created, or that she to set the tone for. Because our standard is to always go forward and up. If I'm not in the right sense of mind, in the right time, because sometimes we fall off. And our woman
Right.
should be there to keep us astray and to keep us on this narrow path. Again, this is saying like a strong woman. Behind every strong man is a strong woman, a stronger woman. And I say this because it is true. Even Denzel Washington will say that. But he is a great guy. He's a super phenomenal type of person. But he will say a lot of his stuff came from his woman. Because when he's not on his A game, who he relies on to, who he confides into, and who he go back and vent to, his wife. But then again, you should never allow your family to disrespect your wife, especially if she's not wrong.
For sure. I'm gonna let you finish.
When this is my thing. Now, if your wife is being rude to your family, you should address that in such of correcting her. Now, again, it's still going to be you against them because she's a part of you. But you should not be able to just basically, I'm going to say, I don't want to really say nothing wrong. But
Just say how you feel, bro. Don't filter yourself too much.
Don't shy away from how you really are. Like, basically filter. So just be real enough to tell your wife, look, that's not how we do things. That was wrong. Completely honest. And man up for it. Take ownership of it, and then address it how it is. I just feel like you shouldn't let nobody disrespect your wife. 100%.
So how I look at the situation, basically what we talking about, the overall picture is, does this person have integrity? Because at the end of the day, integrity is what's needed when it comes to when you guys are not away. How does this person represent you when you're not away? Is this person allowing people to disrespect you in their presence? Is this person being disrespectful, talking about you when you're not in their presence? Is this person going behind your back talking about they want to be with other people, or they trying to try this out? You know what I'm saying? That's all integrity. Is this person practicing integrity? You got to be able to identify that based off of that get to know you stage. You know, when you get around their parents or when you get around their friends, how are they treating you? Pay attention to their body language. Pay attention to the way that they treat you. Are they talking to you from a disrespectful standpoint? Are they being nonchalant towards you? Are they leaving you out high and dry? You got to pay attention to the details so you know this is the type of person that I know for a fact I need to be with. Pay attention to their relationship with their parents, male or female. If you want to see if he a good guy, the way he treat his mama, pay attention to that. The way he treat his sisters, pay attention to that. Because ultimately, that's how he going to treat you and his daughters if he have children. You know what I'm saying? As a man, pay attention to her relationship with her father. Dog, if she ain't got no relationship with her father, run, bro. Dip out. Because at the end of the day, she can't respect authority. She not going to be able to respect authority because you hear all the time, women say men ain't shit. Well, if you got a great father in your life and you saying men ain't shit, you disrespecting him, that means you'll disrespect me. That means she ain't got no integrity. Pay attention to the roles. Pay attention to what's going on. Now, I'm not sitting here trying to make it like I'm preaching, but what I'm saying is pay attention to the steps. Like you said in the pre-show, it's the objective. You got to make sure this person check off this box. Make sure this person check off this box. Make sure this person check off this box. So if you going about it in that way and you trying to be able to figure out whether this person is right or wrong to marry, I personally believe that's how you should go about it. I could be wrong, but you get what I'm saying? That's just how I believe that you should go about it. So should people go put their spouse above their parent, above their family overall? Yes, I strongly agree. Because you giving me something that if I choose to marry you and procreate with you, you're giving me something that my family cannot give me, which is children. You gave me, as a man to a woman, you gave me your womb, which is the most valuable thing that you could possibly give me because you give me life. As a woman, they double whatever we give them. So, like how you said, behind every man is a strong woman. I'm not going to say a stronger, but behind every strong man is a strong woman. Behind every weak man is a weak woman. You can multiply whatever I give you. If you're a good woman, even biologically, you automatically multiply it. If I give you my seed, you give me a baby. If I give you an idea, you should be able to help me, guide me, and motivate me, and influence me to achieve that goal that I'm trying to achieve. You know what I'm saying? Right. That's a good woman. A bad woman, she can multiply you and then take away. You know what I'm saying? She can multiply and divide. She can multiply, but she can divide them legs. You know what I'm saying? Most women, that's all they can do.
Oh my God.
Divide them legs.
Yo, X-game mode.
You know what I'm saying?
Get some of that holy water.
I go real left. I get you on the narrow path, but then I can go right back.
But look. Yeah, man.
Multiply, divide. Multiply this and divide them legs.
You said multiply. Sometimes you one. Sometimes they give you two. Sometimes.
Whew.
I'm gonna take a toast to that.
Do you feel it that one?
Make it weak in the knees.
Look at Boy. Jeez. Gather yourself.
So, it was a touchy topic.
But yeah, man. I personally believe that you should put your spouse over your family. If they're in a wife and husband stage. Now if it's boyfriend, girlfriend, dog, miss me. You get the fuck up out of here. My mom and my dad gonna be always over you. My sisters and them gonna be always over you because at the end of the day, they been here. They know me.
Right.
And you can just drop me out a dime of a dozen.
Correct.
But if we married, you can't just drop me like that. You know what I'm saying? Especially if we legally married within the system, you can't just drop me like that. So I would I don't want to use the word expect because we're not supposed to expect anything. I would hope for the best that you would not do that to me.
Right.
But if I choose to marry you, I would know that you wouldn't do that to me. But to give me pushback, you said one day you could just be like, man, you know,
somebody the
fuck
next
him.
day you can, you know what I'm saying?
I don't even want to I don't even want to be with him no more.
I'm playing devil's advocate.
Go ahead.
Play the other person.
Go ahead.
You know what I'm saying? I like playing devil horns up sometimes. For the most part, man, it's just like the demon, really. He's saying it, putting your wife first, and your wife can have a whole plot. What's the lady we talked about for the NBA? She said, hide your kids, hide your kids. You know
Hide your sons.
hide your sons. College weekend type shit.
Yeah.
Man, it can be conniving like that, like a woman. Like we said, hell ain't got no fear like a woman's scorn.
Little hot baby.
Little hot babies. But then we ain't even gotta just say the women. We can say, you know, other shit for the men. Cause a man can get with you, get what he want out you, and one day he just wake up, man, fuck this shit. I don't want you no more.
Basically.
At the end of the day,
But statistically, it's not like that.
emotions come and go. Feelings come and go.
Yeah.
I always tell my little brother this. I tell my friends this. I tell them this with a straight face. I said, bro, when you come to me and you say, but I feel, but I don't want to hear that shit. And I learned that from him, but I also learned that from my own just reflecting in encounters. When somebody say, I feel this way, or this ain't how I feel, or I'm passionate like about this, if it's temporary, bro, because again, that emotion that you think is with love sometimes can be all lust. That shit can be simple satisfaction. When you making somebody feel good, it's easy for them to tell you sweet nothings. It's easy for them to give you the icing on the cake. It's easy for them to tell you what you want to hear.
I'm daddy.
You feel me? That shit's simple. He could tell you that. He can say that. He helping. He's an example of what I'm saying. But then again, what happened when you switch roles and you be like, man, fuck
I ain't really trying to.
I ain't trying to hear that. Now
she tripping.
Now, he fuck boy. He toxic. Or man, fuck that hoe, bro. She ain't want me. Nah, bro. She told you what she wanted.
But when we in them good sugar walls, it's ooh, daddy.
It's
Hold
emotion.
on.
It's emotion.
Hold on.
Guess what the whole time you doing when you doing it? It's a feeling.
Impulse.
It's
Impulse.
a feeling.
Literally impulse.
You're feeling. You're everything is off sensation.
Impulse. Boop, boop.
That's it.
Thriving. Tight.
That's it.
Shit.
Shit. Some of y'all be tight.
Yo. Bitch, wide as the couch. You see me sitting in the middle of the thing. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Did I hit something?
Bitch said throw a hot dog down the hallway.
Anywho.
Man, look, bro. But miss me with that feeling shit. Tell me what's real. Make it make sense.
But let me put it to you like this. Let me give you a little pushback. And this is where I say, going back into that vulnerable situation, effectively communicating, meaning being able to express what it is and what it ain't, being truthful. What it, man, listen. I don't know what bro got going on. That's gonna be the clip I'm gonna add. Y'all add that clip in there. You get what I'm saying? Listen.
Take it more than once. You're playing with it.
Bro, focus up. Look, he over there. He been drinking too much.
It's my birthday coming up, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Focus up. Focus up. Get right. Big dog, get right. Come on.
All right, bro.
You look a little stiff. Anyways. Nah, but for real. You know what I'm saying? Have these effective communication skills. And what do I mean by that? From both parties. You gotta basically be an effective communicator by thoroughly explaining what it is and what it ain't, using your intentions. Also letting them know where you stand mentally. If you are not ready for a relationship, look, hey, listen, baby, this is where I'm at. It is what it is. I don't want that. You want this, then hey, walk away, or we here for a good time. You know what I'm saying? If I lead with intentions, that's effectively communicating from the communication side. From the listening side, you have to be able to be open-minded and have some form of level of understanding to receive what this individual is talking about so you can comprehend it, regurgitate it very well. You know what I'm saying? And that's the part where I don't think that people, when it comes to communicating, actually, when it comes to dating, when it comes to the process of getting to know somebody, they miss out on because they don't pay attention. They don't sit down and actually take the time to get to know somebody.
No, a lot of people don't even get to talking about the word dating.
I'm just trying to get to them draws.
Like, I mean, it's even to the point now where it's just like, it don't even be about the word dating. Like, okay, are we dating? Did y'all even make the statement saying we're dating now? Or did y'all just sit around here and say, nah, I fuck with his vibes.
I fuck with his vibe. You know what I'm saying? He dropped that dick in my drawers.
We boom, boom, boom. And next thing, the girl, he paid for me to get something to eat. Girl, he been fucking with me. He talked to me. He texts me.
He threw me a couple shots.
Boom.
You know what I'm saying?
He smoked me out. We
smoked me out.
What? If you don't get that childish,
or not even that. Here? He bought me this. He bought me that. He showed me a good time.
Look at my face.
Listen. Let me put you from the game perspective, like how the crew season would say, sleazeballs. If I know that's all I gotta do to get to them draws without giving you my heart, I'm most definitely going to do that. I'm most definitely going to tell you the sweet nothings that you want to hear. I'm most definitely going to buy those little lunches that you want. You know what I'm saying? Take you out on that dinner just so I can have that. And when I finally figure out you using me, that's when I get up out of here, dog.
Because technically that's all it is. People just want it. The feeling, like, again,
instant gratification. That's why people don't get to know people.
It's crazy. You don't even know my favorite color, but you want me to give you a Birkin bag, or you want me to buy you this, or you want me to take you here, or you want me to give you a relationship, but you don't even know what my middle name is.
You want me to give you a relationship and your ass can't cook.
Right. Like, how?
You can't clean. You don't even volunteer to say, hey, babe, let me come through. You know what I'm saying? And help you. You clean up on Saturdays. Let me come through and help you fold clothes. You know what I'm saying? Play the females role, because you know we like to play both sides.
Oh, you want me to give you pussy, but you ain't even got no money.
Go ahead, bad bitch.
I can't hold back on that, I cannot hold that shit.
Treat me like a bad bitch.
That's crazy, bro. Nah, man, for real though. But it's women out here that do everything a man asks for, and then she asks you what you want, and she magnify on that. I'm not gonna sit around here and say guys only want to do it, because it's not the case. I believe it's a lot of women that actually do everything some of these fuck boys say.
That's very true.
And they expect to get that reward of, can I be in a relationship? Because this is what I want, to work towards something.
This is what I'm leading with intentions.
She's leading with that.
Yeah, this is what I want.
She acts, and some of these guys manipulate these women and play this role. And again, that's like, it's not right. And so,
but that's when I go back and I suggest to women, pay it to identify whether you have a good man, in my opinion. And this is what I tell my sister: pay attention to his patterns and pay attention to the results of his patterns. If he's a hardworking man and you can obviously see that he's progressing, keyword, progressing in a successful manner, meaning going up, because you can progress by going down. You got to be very careful with the word progress. If he's progressing in a beneficial uplifting, growth type of manner, then he is a good guy. He's going to continue that pattern to grow. It might not happen for you right now. Delayed gratification. This is why people are not in the top 10%, because they can't understand the process to get to the top. You eliminate yourself within the process because you're not getting instant gratification. Instant.
And
so
doing that process of that long delayed gratification, you go through many different feelings. You go
and
through
phases.
You're going to go through every emotion. I
Yeah.
think when we said, Nipsey said that every time, you're going to go through every emotion to the point where it's like 1 minute you happy, 1 minute you sad, 1 minute you mad.
Keep going.
You're going to go through that. And when you don't make sure that you have some concerns or just being cognitive of what's going on, I'm like, you always going to be left stuck. You know what I'm saying? So we always told you, bro, fuck feelings. Like, that shit come and go. You really do.
Her saying.
All right, hold on. So I'm gonna add you real quick to this. You get what I'm saying? Come on.
Okay.
I'm gonna reintroduce you to who you are, because this part of the segment was not connected to the pre-show. As far as in the audio. So
Okay.
Angelito Angel
How you guys doing?
wanted to give me some pushback as far as in when it came to a woman submitting, right? Or a man submitting to a woman. That's what you said?
Yeah, either way, because I feel like a woman, when she says, I'm only going to submit to a certain type of man, you have to think about that. Because for me, as a man, or as us as men, we're only going to do things for women if they're a certain type of way. Think about it. If a woman is, showing her body, or she's not what I like, she's not in my standards.
Right.
She's not in a category that I look or is my definition of my wife. I am not gonna give her I'm not gonna give her the queen skills. I'm not gonna give her the queen treatment as you should do for your wife, any other woman.
Right. So
a woman is not gonna give you the queen treatment if she doesn't feel like you are fit to be her king.
I said that.
You know what I'm saying?
I said that.
So if a woman says, I'm only gonna be submissive to this certain type of man, then obviously she already has her standards.
So why she fucking around?
Wait. So this is what I gotta say. You're exactly right, dog. We live in a ranking society that don't nobody want to talk about. I already put you in a certain category. I got my top 7, 8, 9. No, let me go 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 is the one who I know for a fact I'm gonna marry. I'm considering 7, 8, and 9. 10 is the one I know for a fact I'm gonna marry. Between 4, 5, 6, you alright. I'm not gonna give you Big Daddy roles. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna give you her husband role. I'm not gonna lay that A1. I might give you half, but I'm not gonna lay that. Hold on. Let me finish. I'm not gonna lay that A1. Hold on. Scoot over a little bit because I don't know if you are fully in the camera. But anywho, then you got 1 through 3. I'm just dropping bodies. I'm just body after body after body. I know for a fact I ain't fucking heard. It is what it is. We live in that type of society. So with that being said, this is why I say I can give you pushback towards that. You pay attention to the patterns to be able to see if they put you in that ranking. That's one. If you're on the receiving end of that,
okay.
Let's say you're the woman who's trying to figure out where you're ranking at. You know for a fact he gonna bullshit you. He not gonna text you back all the time. He not gonna call you. He not gonna worry about your whereabouts. He's not gonna figure out. So obviously you're not in that top 7, 8, and 9. Because once you get to 7, 8, and 9, I convert you to that 10.
Word.
You get what I'm saying?
You're in that text rotation.
You just basically in between 6 through 1. That's realistic. See the patterns to be able to see how this person handles you. If this person is handling you in that way, that's what you need to know. Stop making your emotions make you delusional and thinking that you can change the world. You can't change the world through your penis or your vagina. It's impossible.
Agreed. But also, I always feel like you have to think about what it is that you're not doing too. Because sometimes we won't speak about what we're not doing.
Agree.
You may have you had 1, 2, and 3 characteristics that I love, but there's one thing that I don't like, or something that I throw you off, and that's what puts you in that 1 or in that 2. Sometimes communication is key. You have to be able to feed off that language.
Okay.
That language is being able to understand the language is hard.
It's
Sometimes.
not. It's not hard.
Or
it's
the communication is different. Sometimes you just gotta say it.
Listen.
This is what I don't
Listen.
like. This is what I like.
Listen.
This is what's going on.
Listen.
Talk to me.
Did you hear what I just said?
Listen.
Active.
But that's only one half of it. Like I said, everything that you saying, I hit on it because I can go back to what I said. I'm good at this, dog.
I understand that.
Listen,
But
there's a difference between active listening skills and active communication skills.
And even
these are skills you gotta
them
develop,
just 2.
bro.
You got 1/3 critical comprehension.
You
can't even.
Facts.
I can legit explain. We even talked about this. You can explain to a horse that if you drink, you gonna have the nourishment that you need. But I can't make this horse drink it.
Agreed.
If he not understanding what I'm saying, if I'm not speaking tequila, you know what I'm saying?
What you say?
What
What
that
that
mean,
bro?
racist.
That is crazy.
He racist. Didn't
Are
he
you
say
serious?
He said it sounded like you said some nachos and tacos.
Crazy, bro. Somebody can speak in Spanish, he'll know how to act. That's your mommy. Oh my God.
Look, by the way, hold on. Let me clear that up. I love my Hispanic people. I love my Latinos. I love my Puerto Ricans.
Well, they know you joke. We
I'm
joking,
just joking.
bro.
But again, if they don't comprehend what I'm telling them, they're not gonna understand what I'm telling them. It's
That
more
is very
beneficial.
true. And you can't force nobody to have a comprehension level, to rise their comprehension level. They have to they have to want to rise their comprehension level too. But that goes back into what I'm saying. If you go into the dating stage and you pay attention to this person's patterns, you can literally identify whether or not this person is in this category. I know for a fact that based off of how we solve problems, based off of how we communicate, and not only just communicate, do they do what they talk about?
I feel like the people that are in this world are the same. You have different types of people, but they're the same. But this is why I say that. Hear me out. This type of person, right, as an example, the gambler, he has these characteristics that are the same. They're just different people. So that's why it's so easy to identify it. It's easy to see the bullshitter. It's
For
easy
sure.
to see the person that's driven.
If you're paying attention.
If you're paying attention, agreed. So the thing is, if you see that in your partner, male or female, you will see this. That's like if we're talking to a woman. I'm talking to a woman. And I done seen this woman before. She's a different woman, obviously, but everything that she's telling me, the characteristics, everything how she's carrying herself, I've seen you before. I've seen this.
Patterns.
I like this phrase. I've seen this movie before.
Yeah.
So when you see this movie before, you already know what to predict. Sometimes what we like to do is like, oh, we try to overlook it. Oh, she's different. But
Assumption.
she gives you
You're
everything.
assuming. He said that earlier.
She gives you everything.
Come on, dog. Come on,
She
dog.
gives you all the
I'm just telling you.
I understand that you're saying
listen.
it, but sometimes you like.
Listen.
I'm just hitting it on a different point.
I get what you're saying, but everything you saying, I hit on it already. Because I'm telling you, what happens is when you get caught up into your feelings, you make impulsive decisions, and next thing you know, your emotions get clouded. That's why you heard cloud of judgment, right?
You make excuses like, "Oh, it's okay," or
That's cloud of judgment.
And the thing is, women do it more, but men do it too. You just don't see it. We
Now
do it in a
that
different
you
way.
brought up, that's a different topic. Yes, you're
We do it
absolutely
in a
right.
different way.
From your perspective, that's what it looks like.
What you mean?
Men do it too, but women do it more. That's not always the case.
No,
In
that's
different-
true,
okay.
bro.
We're doing what?
Men do move off their emotions, dog. We got a lot of emotional guys.
But I'm saying he said women do it more. That's not always the case.
It's in their nature to move off
It's
emotions.
2021, bro. It is 2021. Let's just be 100% true. You got a lot of emotional guys out here,
That is true.
and different things that are going on with the community and everything. We cannot categorize and say women now because it's not just women. It's guys out here.
But he said that.
I said that.
But I'm saying you just can't say more. It's 50-50 now,
Nah,
bro.
brother, you can go based off population ratio, bro. For every
It's
one
more
guy,
it's more-
depending
it's more-
on
okay,
location.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? And for every one guy, depending on location, like in Atlanta, for every one guy, there's like 17 to 20 men. I mean, for every one guy, there's like 17 to 20 women. You know
Damn, I need to go to Atlanta. Fuck
No, you
this
don't.
shit.
No, you don't. No, you
He
don't.
said, no, I don't.
No, you don't.
He said, no, I didn't.
Listen, them women will look at you like a piece of meat. If you a real man, they will hop on your ass, whether you married or not.
They will haunt you.
Oh, God.
And that's exactly what you're gonna be. Oh my
Oh,
God.
my God.
It
But
will
listen,
haunt
listen.
you.
What I was really trying to say is the way that men express their feelings as far as emotionally are different than how women do it.
I
We
think-
will
ahead.
try to make it seem like it's not okay. Like we will try to make it seem like it's okay, but we won't express it the way y'all women will.
I gotta give you pushback. I don't think it's the fact that we don't express. I think it's the fact that we don't have safe environments to express ourselves towards the opposite sex, because most women use our feelings or what we're going through as a weapon against us. So if I could say, yo, I'm having a stressful day, you know what I'm saying? It's long, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. What you mean it's long? What you mean you having a stressful day? It's your weak ass.
Now I was just adding on to it.
My point. So if I don't feel safe enough in an environment to be able to express how I feel, I'm never going to express how I feel. That's why as far as in male to female, the suicide rate in men is a lot higher, because society teaches us not to express ourselves because we are men. But what do? We come to each other.
True.
If you have a safe environment, we come to our boys and say, this is what I got going on. You get what I'm saying? This is how I express myself. If you have a good group, they say, dawg, it's okay. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. It's okay to cry. If a man says, if you ask him, are you okay? And he say, I'm okay. He is hurting. He's not gonna never come out and say, dawg, I'm fucked up right now. You get what I'm saying? Most men are gonna say, I'm okay. And if he says, I'm okay, you need to be worried. I'm all right.
I'm fine.
I'm good. Don't worry. I'm good.
You're
I'm
crazy,
good.
man.
I'm good. I'm
You're
straight.
silly, man. That's what they gonna say. You're crazy, man.
What's wrong?
Crazy, man.
No. What they're gonna say is, what's wrong? And then this,
I'm good.
listen. Well, this is what God going. Well, they're gonna make it about them. Well, don't take it out on me. Ooh, I almost said it. You be like,
No, but then again, a lot of times, even with the emotion, I know a lot more women was attracted to me when I was going through most emotional shit, bro.
nah, you got trauma. You got trauma like in
going
trauma.
on, and they were coming in and they were trying to substitute my trauma for viscosity.
Because it's trauma bonds.
Yeah, bro.
You got to pay attention to
That's
trauma
manipulation.
bonds. I don't think it's manipulation. I think they're looking for comfort.
Comfort, bro. I'm gonna tell
In
you
a
why.
different way.
I'm gonna tell you why I say it's manipulation. It's because if you
That's
just
delusion.
said it's delusion, but it's also manipulation, because delusion can be manipulation. I can make you think that you're winning. I can make you, oh, it's okay, confide in me. You're fine. You had a long day at work. Come here. They don't understand you. They don't understand you. You're not tripping. You're not the problem. You're the problem. Because how you think.
To affirm something that is not real is the beginning of the
Delusion.
process of delusion.
But it's the confirming part is the manipulation part. Because if I'm reassuring you that you're not wrong,
That's just, I get what you're saying. That's just bad communication. They're lying.
but that's manipulation.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I agree with that.
That's creating your delusion.
That's why
They're affirming your delusion.
That's why for every man, women, out of every weakness that you can think of, drugs, alcohol, sex, women are the number one weakness to a man.
For sure, the vagina.
It's not even. Sometimes it's
Listen
not
to
even
what I'm
about the
saying.
vagina.
It's not about the vagina. It's the
Some-
feminine energy that a woman gives off. That a man to be able to go to a woman, to be able to say, to feel comfort. I got all this testosterone built up in me.
Mm-hmm.
I am a warrior. When I get around a woman, I don't want to be a warrior. I want to be soft. I want to be touched. I want to be held. You know what I'm saying? I believe men are big babies when they come to women.
But they won't say it though. We
They
won't say it.
I'm strong enough to be able to say,
won't
bro.
say it.
It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Hold me, baby.
Yeah, that's
Hold
my,
me.
That's my woman. That's what I'm supposed
I
to do.
don't like to be the little spoon. That shit dead. But you get what I'm saying? Hold, at least let me lay in your chest. You know what I'm saying? Let me lay on them cheek. That
First
butt
of all,
cheeks,
you
know
was
what
too
I'm saying?
damn big.
You too be
play a
big to
little
be
spoon
good.
anyway, bro.
I'm just saying.
I'm not a small person, but you is too
So
damn
you like
big.
to be little spoon. That's what he's saying.
But first of all,
You
let me
look
t-
like a little spoon.
I am a little spoon, and I'm not afraid. And I'm not afraid to say, okay? All right.
First of all, we're gonna zoom in on his ass on that part. Talking about some, I am a little spoon.
I am a
okay?
little spoon.
Yes,
I'm
bitch.
not tripping
Nah,
about it. It's
G.
all right, though.
Look, I'm gonna be honest with you. It's okay, bro, to be like soft to your woman. It's not about being hard to your woman.
Let me use a different vocabulary.
All right, but
It's okay to be vulnerable.
Yeah, I mean that too. Like, it's okay to submit back.
I like that word better than soft.
To make sure that she knows that you're comfortable for that submission.
Right.
Because again, when he's doing that to me, and I have never seen him do that to nobody else. She has that privilege, and she knows the power that she holds. Now, for you, she's going to value you more if the right woman is in your corner.
I'm finna say, dog, you got some devil in the dresses out here, bruh. It's hoes being glorified. We live in a whole era now. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and make it seem like I am pro man for sure. I am a feminist for sure, because a feminist equals to pro life, pro man. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, but I do not listen. Hoes gonna be hoes.
That's bro.
But you can't on both ways. But you can never turn a hoe into a house or a husband. I mean, housewife or into a husband.
I have to give you pushback on that. Because
think
my
you
thing,
can?
yes, let me tell you why. Because
Okay.
listen to me. Sometimes you
boy
may meet
was-
this one woman,
that boy-
but you don't know what it is that she's been through until she tells you. I'm a firm believer. If you sit here and you listen to a person talk, they will tell you everything that you need to know.
It's some in the book of the Bible. I remember that man turned that prostitute to that wife, and he had all.
That's
them kids.
not where I was going
That
with
where you
this.
going with
That's
that?
not where I was going
That's
with
what
this.
you look like right now.
So
So you-
that's not where I was
So
going
you
with this.
confirming
No.
these dudes to try to force these women
Oh, no.
that are out
hide
here
your kids.
That's
dropping
not,
that box
Hide your college sons. Yeah.
God,
to a
that's
lot of
not-
women?
that's
I'm not with that.
No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is sometimes you will come across an amazing woman, but you will not know her past until she tells you. You meet a woman that's fit everything in your standards. Looks, characteristics, skills, but you don't know her past. But the moment everything would change when she tell you, correct?
G.
If she told you her past was X, Y, and Z, right?
G.
Everything would change.
G.
But if she didn't tell you,
You
you would marry her.
G.
No.
No, I'm
G.
saying that you wouldn't know
G.
though.
No, bro.
No,
You won't
bro.
know until
Listen.
she tell you. That's what I'm
this
saying.
podcast is called Undefeated Minds for a reason.
You're not thinking.
Patterns, bro.
You're
You're
not
not. Yeah, I was
thinking.
finna say you patterns, bro.
No, bro.
I'm
Listen.
listening to
So
you.
so
I'm here.
let's go deeper. Let's take it outside relationship situation. Undefeated Minds podcast. Let's get undefeated. This is
for
how
sure.
society and scientists, when it comes to psychology and human nature, and
Logic.
human patterns work.
Logical,
They
bro.
pay attention to patterns, bro. There's a small percentage of people who's going to break a pattern. That's a very small percentage of people as a whole when it comes to civilizations who break patterns. The sidewalk tell you what to walk on versus the street. You got the signs where it tell you to walk, where it tell you to be still. You know what I'm saying? These are things that are telling you what to do. Based off human nature, based off your environment. It's called environmental programming. Meaning how you were raised and what you were raised around will ultimately affect the decisions that you make. If this individual was raised by somebody who don't value themselves, ultimately, based off the decisions that they're going to make when they get older, will be based off the same thing. It's called generational, so-called curses. I like to say generational habits.
Okay.
Perfect example. Hand me that book, bro. See, I got books that I can refer you to, big fella.
I appreciate that.
It's called the habit. Habit. It's the orange. Yellow and red book. Nope. Go left. Right. Nope. Other one. Right. To your right. Right there. The Power of Habit. It talks about how everything that we make, the decisions that we make, are ultimately based off of our childhood. We're getting deep. Okay. Undefeated Minds. We're getting deep.
That's where we're supposed to go.
Right. Do you see how this is a cycle, right?
Yes.
You goes up and it goes down. You go up and it goes down. The only way that you can break this cycle is to be aware of your own cycle. Majority of the people are not aware of the decisions that they make and where they come from. This is where therapy comes into play, because they ask you about your childhood so you can be able to break those habits, to become aware of those habits, to rewrite those habits. You can't necessarily get rid of a habit. You can just rewrite it based off of the trigger, how it triggers, what you do about it to get the reward. That's how it works. So what I'm telling you is, when you say that a woman can come to you and have a conversation that says, okay, this is how I want to do. This is what I want to express myself. This is what it is. This is what it ain't. You can make the situation super perfect.
Yes.
In that moment, she feels like everything is the best.
Yes.
But if she has a pattern that is programmed to her subconscious mind to do this, to be this way, you are not going to change that.
So you're telling me you don't believe in change? Change happens in patterns as well, right?
You didn't hear what I said.
Hear me out.
To be aware.
Hear me out, though.
Go ahead.
You said the patterns, right?
Right.
So my thing is, sometimes we break that patterns. Why? Because something happens into our lives.
Right.
We may have a what do we call it? Awakening, so forth and so forth. So what I'm saying is, the official thing that we were talking about was, you cannot take a hoe and
turn a hoe into a housewife. Right.
So my thing is, what happens to that young lady, right?
Right.
That was going through her stage.
Right.
Or was having fun. Or was having fun in college. Or whatever the case may be. And had that change. And now is developing a new pattern for her to walk a different walk. Do you still judge her for college days?
It's not about me judging her.
Not judging, but do you still make that decision where a hoe can be a housewife? When you may have this one woman that fits everything that you need, but had a past.
Society has always had a brothel. You understand what a brothel is?
Clarify me.
A brothel is a house full of hoes.
Okay.
We have prostitution. Right? This has always been here. We live in a time period where the prostitutes, the hoes, are winning because of how this society is pushing an over-sexualized thing off of instant gratification, instant satisfaction.
Agreed.
So, with that being said, take that in consideration and understand what we're working with. Take what I'm telling you, environmental programming. I want you to think on a different level. Environmental programming, and think about what you're talking about. If she's aware of what she's doing and she understands the results that she's getting, and she does not like that, she needs to change the pattern to get a different result.
Agreed.
That's a rare case, bro. This is why I tell you, people go to therapy. Therapy helps you rewrite that pattern, to be aware of that, to change that. So yes, there could be change, but empathy does not change that. Just because you venting to me does not mean you gonna change this pattern, bro. You just getting that emotion off at that moment so you feel good. You could temporarily make a decision in that moment to be able to say, I'm gonna do this. But if you're not aware of what you're doing, you're gonna go back and connect to that subconscious mind that makes you run into that pattern. What that's called is metacognition. You have to think about what you're thinking about. You understand what I'm saying?
Agree.
If you don't think about what you're thinking about, your subconscious mind comes back into play, and then the patterns go on. Your body goes back into autopilot. The things that you taught yourself over time, gets back into it. Why do you think, from a personal trainer perspective, people start at the beginning of January and say, oh, I want to get in shape?
Yeah.
Why don't they achieve their goal by January 31st or January 30th? They start January 1st. By the second week, they cannot get past that pattern. Why? Because the patterns kick in and they start making those impulse decisions, get back into those subconscious mind patterns, and their subconscious mind takes over and they can't finish through. You always have to be aware of what you're doing and make a decision to be able to say yay or nay. That's discipline, dog.
True. That's all about awareness in the person itself.
So,
because you have that, even though you may have that small percentage, but you have that 1% that'll fuck this, I'm a duck.
I'm not going off that 1%. That's too low.
I understand that, but it's there.
It's
We
not-
can't.
you talking about
we
hope.
can't. Wait, well, we can't sit here and act like because the percentage is small that it's not there.
Bro, no, what I'm telling you is the percentage is small enough to be able to, it's probability.
It's almost
the
like-
law of averages, bro. I'm not going to focus on the small percentage if this result is this, bro. Fuck them. Hoes will be hoes. Law 1 of the Player's Book. Don't turn a hoe into a housewife. You wasting energy. You wasting unnecessary energy to try to build up somebody who basically is stuck in their ways. I'm not doing that,
We gotta do
bro.
that anyway as men.
What?
Anyway as
What?
men.
Nah,
Let me tell you
bro.
what.
Nah, hell nah,
hear me out,
bro.
Hear me out. Sometimes us as men, we think that women are supposed to already come battle equipped, or they're supposed to already come with everything.
No.
We have to
I don't
mold.
agree with that.
What
But
I'm
pause.
saying is,
Hold on.
what I'm saying is, we have to be able to mold the women to what it is that we need them to be.
Pause. You saying
So what I'm saying is, sometimes as men, we like, oh, we want this, but sometimes she hasn't been taught. Sometimes as a man of the household, we have to teach.
no?
We have
That's
to.
where you are. Yes, we teach
Sometimes
them
we have to teach.
our way.
Especially
Wait,
when it comes to mixing cultures.
that's a different topic.
That's a different topic, but sometimes you have to, because I may be used to one thing, but you're used to another thing. But for this to work, we have to compromise, and I have to teach, and you sometimes have to teach me.
Listen,
That's my only point.
that's a different topic.
I can't think like, oh, my perfect wife is just gonna come in here.
No, nobody's not saying
and
that.
Already be equipped for her not to learn
Can I
anything.
respond?
That's not what you said. I'm about to let you respond real quick, but that's not what I'm saying.
Okay, hear me out.
What I'm telling you is, because what you're doing, based off of what you said, is taking the power away of the parent. The father is supposed to be able to tell his daughter what it is and what it ain't when it comes to game and how you treat a man. The father and the mother, that's their responsibility to set their daughter up to be a wife. Same way how it is their responsibility to set up their sons how to be a husband and take on responsibilities. That's parenting. It is not my job to parent a woman to being a wife. That's not my job, bro.
A grown ass woman.
A grown one. That is not my job. That's the parent's job. So you got to be very cautious when you say teach them. I'm teaching them my ways and how I do things, and hopefully you can hop on board. Because if you truly trust me, you'll understand. And if you pay attention to my patterns and getting to know me, you'll understand. Based off my progression, I'm never going to lead you down the wrong path. Based off my own patterns, based off my own progression, I'm not going to build a fucked up legacy because of my principles and morals and what I stand on. So I need you to hop in line in what I got going on. I don't need you to sit here. I don't need to keep trying to tell you and teach you how to be a wife. You should already be ready for that. Same way, and I was going to give you this same pushback. You can't cut off how to be a wife. You can't cut off how to be a husband. It's already in you based off of how you was raised, bro. You can't do that. You can't just say, I'm going to cut on being disrespectful. I'm going to cut off being disrespectful. You can't do that, bro.
How can you not do that?
Listen to what I'm saying.
If you do that, then you're taking out the subject of change.
I just said it earlier.
But that's what I'm saying. You can't. It's one of them things you're aware of your environment. Meaning, I know what to say and what not to say to my mom.
Technically, you're still aware of respect.
I'm my respect level is already there. The way I talk to my mother and the way I talk to you guys are two completely different things.
Agreed.
The way I talk to my father and the way I talk to you guys are two different things. I still lead with respect with you guys the same way how I still lead with respect with my father. I understand that he holds a higher level than you guys, but I can relax a little bit with you guys, but I'm never going to disrespect you.
Agreed.
That's respect. I can't cut that on or cut that off.
Agreed.
It's in me.
Agree.
The power of respect is to never disrespect.
So the same way how if I'm aiming to be a good husband, a good father, that's already embedded in me, bro. The same way how if this woman is looking to be a wife, pay attention to her words, pay attention to her patterns. If she use a lot of I words, dog, she ain't ready to be no wife. If she's saying a lot of we words, together words, this is us words, that's when you consider it.
That's family oriented.
You see what I'm saying? There are patterns that you can pay attention to be able to weed yourself out, to be able to say, this is the type of person I want to grow with. This is the type of person I want to be with. Hoes, individuals, use a lot of me words, myself words, I words.
Because it's about them.
Because it's about them. You can't change that. No matter how much I try to put a mirror to your face, it's going to get uncomfortable for them. And they're going to be like, man, fuck that mirror, bro. What you doing? They're going to give you a whole lot of pushback. And that's the part to be an undefeated mind. When you know for a fact that you're dealing with somebody who's not on that type of level, they're going to give you pushback due to defense mechanisms. So if you understand that, you can be a lot more patient. But that's a whole nother conversation for a whole nother day. But go ahead and finish what you're saying, bro.
To clarify, basically all of that, the good detail that you did, I'm glad you went into detail.
Don't be trying to rub your feet on me.
Sorry, bro. You was in the way.
But go ahead, bro. I mean, I might put you on game, but don't. Listen.
Don't
I
do
like
that.
women.
Bro. Look, bro.
I'm glad you do. Because I do too.
Look, bro.
Oh, my God.
Look, bro. Again,
I ain't started.
like
Go
you
ahead.
said, you just have to be very, very cognitive, and you have to observe a lot into detail. Somebody's gonna tell you who you are in their first 10 minutes to 30 minutes of who you talking to them.
Especially if you sit with them hard for a whole
And
day.
if you fucking them, excuse my language, who don't like it, but if you dealing with this person and you interacting with this person, if you can't see the signs that this person is supposed to be with you, and they're not showing you potential, and I mean, don't go off of what I said, feelings. You need to see traits and patterns. Because again, he used the terminology of words. I look at what you physically do, how you act off just natural ability. If I get up and I'm like, I'm hungry. Are you hungry? Do you want a plate? If I'm at your family's crib, are you fixing my food? Are you in the kitchen getting my plate?
Yeah.
If I take a step back and say, when the door, don't you touch the door, I'm showing you that my woman don't touch the door. Women do not touch the door where I'm from. But I'm also saying my woman don't touch the door because my mother don't. So now you're going to replace that. So I'm showing you a sign of a good husband. Again, that doesn't have to be, I don't have to tell you those things. That should already be in you.
Yeah.
Holding the door for your woman, getting out the car, closing the door for her.
Shivering.
That right there is a sign.
Yes, sir.
Shivering
You
is
see what I'm
almost
saying?
dead.
But no, it's
That
not.
Shivering is almost dead,
No, bro.
I know. I agree with him on that one.
Shivery's almost
You're
dead
saying
now.
chivalry's almost dead because a lot of men don't display it because a lot of hoes don't deserve it.
I think women killed it.
A lot of hoes don't deserve it. Some women don't deserve chivalry from men. But this is why I say that.
Hold on. So let me give you pushback.
But also,
Hold on. Let me.
It's not dead.
Hold on. So this is the part where I'm gonna prove your point right, but I'm also gonna prove you right by giving you pushback. Even though they don't deserve it, you still do it because it's already in you.
Correct.
If you see that they're not appreciative of what you're doing,
snatch that
you
shit
get
back.
the fuck up out of there and leave their ass alone. Which goes back into law 1. You can't turn a hoe into a housewife because you wasting energy. I'm not fucking with that.
Again, does it mean it's dead?
It don't mean it's dead. It just
it's going dead.
No, it's not.
as a
Listen,
whole.
hold on. First
as a
of
whole,
all,
I believe that.
People don't even teach chivalry anymore.
That's very true. Etiquette.
People are not even teaching that.
Proper
not even
etiquette.
manners anymore. You know, in schools they don't even teach cursive anymore.
Very true.
It's dying.
Cursive
down.
writing?
Yes.
It's very true.
Yes. I went to my niece's house.
But cursive writing don't have to do anything with chivalry.
But what?
Well, he talking about the concept.
I'm
of
just
what he's
talking
saying.
about the concept of old traditions are getting watered down now.
Let's keep
That's what I mean by that.
old traditions, okay?
Tradition.
Out with the old, in with the new. But what I'm telling you is, it's still some form of chivalry somewhere, bruh.
That's true.
It is. It's not. If chivalry dies out, then that means the word gentleman is finna die out.
Basically, that's true. But
get what I'm
gentlemen, are,
saying?
the like, damn, this conversation is good. But what I'm saying is, women are not. They don't want gentlemen. They like the idea of a gentleman,
But they want the bad boy.
but they really want the fuck dude.
They really
Listen
do.
to what I'm saying.
No,
you
I
know what I
agree.
say.
I
You know what I
agree with
say
that.
all
I
the
agree with
time.
that.
With you, your looks look like you in this certain category.
Yeah.
But the way you handle and treat people, you move like a gentleman.
Right.
You do have this in you.
It's there. Yeah.
But at the end of the day, you also have this gentleman in you. Which side gets glorified the most? Which side gets you more play the most?
The toxic side.
My point proven. It's not the fact that it's dead. It's just that's not what's being glorified right now.
And that's why I told you.
So most men are not moving. It's a success rate. Let me think. if I move like this, is this gonna give me pussy at the end of the night?
Cause nobody.
But it will.
But no, listen what I'm saying. If I move this way, do I have a higher probability of getting me pussy? Or if I move like a gentleman, do I have a higher probability of getting me pussy? Obviously, this side's gonna get me pussy way faster than me being a gentleman. So what I'm gonna do?
Start acting like that.
I'm gonna start moving like this. Even though this is embedded in me,
I'm gonna do this.
I'm gonna do this.
I know this is right, but I'm gonna do wrong.
Come on, dog. Come on, dog.
This is right, but I'm gonna do wrong.
Listen,
Fuck it.
Undefeated Minds podcast. It is what it is. To be able to play this game, because then you gotta understand both sides.
For sure.
And also, when you fully understand both sides, you can play the game to your advantage. Because you gotta identify which one you fucking with. If you fucking with a hoe, hey. If you fucking with a wife, hey. You feel what I'm saying? You know how to play the game.
I'm definitely gonna tell you, I'm hood with a little bit of gentleman, like tendencies.
For sure.
Because at the end of the day, I am a product of my environment, but I would not let my surroundings dictate my future.
Go ahead.
So again, yeah, we come from that. You grow through that. Whatever you go through, you have to take that and mold that, because it end up making you who you are today. But you don't have to accept that fact and continue in that cycle.
Yeah, I had that same issue growing up, because I was raised to be a gentleman, you know what I'm saying? Raised by my mother to be a gentleman, but it did not work. I got my heart broke off of that shit. You know what I'm saying? So I took a couple steps back. Boy,
I took a couple steps going on?
I took a couple steps back and we had to reevaluate and saw out of my peers who was winning. You know what I'm saying? So I adjusted. Not to say that the gentleman was out of me. I just had to adjust to be able to understand, dog, I want to win too. It's a hierarchy we live in. The winners win.
And I want to touch on something. The presence of a mother means a lot. Because for me, I didn't have a mom. So learning how to deal with women was a whole different ball game. So when you have a male figure that was raised by a woman, that was taught by a woman, it's different.
It is very different.
It is very different. So the presence of a mother for a boy or for a gentleman is just as much as important for a father to be in his daughter's life. I promise you that. Because the mother's going to groom you to how to treat a woman, how to be kind, how to show initiative, how to be a gentleman. And just as much as a man shows his daughter how to treat a man, how to cater to a man, how to see the signs of a bad man or how to see the signs of a good man. It plays on both sides. The role of a woman is just as much as important as a man. And I agree, because I didn't have both really. So when you don't have that, you start to learn on your own and you start to fall more. What's going on? You want to touch on something?
Rewind this clip. Based off what he just said.
You just basically
did not tell me. I did not say it's due to parenting how this individual is raised, bro.
Agreed.
So
you proved me right.
Because for me now, on a personal
right,
standpoint, because mommy wasn't there, to this day I still feel like if my mother was gone, every other woman would leave. So in my mind, being raised that way,
right,
I would never be able to have that trust and that love like I want to because of that.
You want me to tell you?
So now what I'll do now is what I realize is sometimes we'll make it up.
No.
We'll make it seem like, oh, this is what it is.
Let me tell you.
And it's not.
Let me tell you what you felt in that, bro. You said what? The primary thing, I feel.
Hold on. We can't always exit I feel.
I would
because
suggest
feelings are real.
Because hold on, that's based
feelings
off
are definitely real.
I would be careful about how you said that.
No.
Listen what I'm saying.
I got what you're saying.
I would be careful about how you saying that. This is a perfect example of you seeing how to practice a safe, vulnerable environment. I would be careful about how you say that because that's his experience. And due to his experience, whether you agree or disagree, that's what's molded in his mind.
Correct.
Literally made a stamp in his mind based off his experience. So when something triggers that, when you feel that same emotion, it goes back to based off how you feel, and your subconscious mind don't know whether that's the past or the present.
Agreed.
So with that being said, I cannot take away that the fact that he experienced that. What you gotta do is basically be aware of that and understand not all women or situations are like that.
Correct.
Agreed.
You have to effectively communicate.
Agreed.
When you feel this way, when you're aware of how you feel, that's why I say you gotta be careful when you say how you feel. When you're aware of how you feel, you need to express how you feel, because this individual can sit here and say, well, listen, even though I know how you feel, that's how you feel, that's not me. That's not right. Because now you're moving off of emotion, and I'm here to tell you that's not true.
And I feel like on both sides, like going what I've been through and what I've just said, when a woman hears that, and if I'm getting to know a woman, she has to be prepared on how to deal with that just as much as a man. When you understand that the woman that you're talking to has had a father that was absent or didn't have a male role model, then you have to understand what it is that you're dealing with. You get what I'm saying? You have to understand what you're dealing with before you get in that situation, because after you get into that situation, it's on you. Because you made that decision to accept what was going on.
Listen.
So now you have to be mindful. Think about what I just said. Mindful about what situations you put yourself into, especially when it comes to relationships, when they're giving you all the signs and all the truths right there in front of you.
Listen. So it go. Listen. When I tell you I live this life, bro, and I intentionally ask the questions of understanding. I want to understand, and this is how I got the level of understanding that I got, because I intentionally asked for it. I broke down everything that you said. You can rewind it and watch it over again. But you're absolutely right, bro. But there are key points that you do have to be aware of. Does this person have the capability and the mindset and the awareness and the cognitive level to be able to understand where I am at in life? And if they are not an effective listener and you can effectively communicate, you need to be able to gauge whether or not this person is right or wrong for you based off of what you're looking for. If you're looking for hoes, bro, fuck them hoes. But if you're looking for a wife, bro, these are important components that you need to be able to pay attention to.
Agreed.
This is how people fuck themselves and get themselves into situations because they're not thinking. It's called thinking before you move. Pay attention to the patterns. Chess is all about patterns. Paying attention to their moves that they make so you can predict what's going on so you can win the game. Checkmate. I can predict what you got going on before you even do it based off your patterns, based off your words, and based off your beliefs and how you view things, and also where you were raised. These are components that people need to know. So based off what you're telling me, you get what I'm saying? I do agree with what you're saying. It is what it is. So with that being said, man, I think this was a great thing. I'm glad that you actually got in to sit in. You know what I'm saying?
I did.
I didn't formally introduce you. I believe I did, but I'm going to
you
read
You
it.
did in a pre-show, but not in this segment.
Yeah.
No, you did it again. You said Angelito. You said I'm reintroducing.
Yeah. Okay, good. Well, I'm gonna redo it. You know what I'm saying? My dog Angel. You know what I'm saying? Angelito.
Angelito.
You know what I'm saying? Wait, what was the word that you said for me? Big Fats. How you say that?
Oh, when I called you Gordito.
Yeah, Gordito. That's my
Gordito.
nickname. You know what I'm saying? So,
That shit something so wrong.
bro, what?
Come on, bro. Where you going with this? Gordito, he's
That don't
He's
even
little
sound
big.
Right.
No, you just made it worse.
I'm just saying that whatever.
These two's mindset, dog.
Listen,
I
bro. I'm
swear
just
to
saying
God.
that that's what he wanted to be.
I swear to God, dog. Y'all take this shit out of context.
I'm just
every
saying,
time.
bro.
Come on, bro.
You want to be Big Gordo?
No, I don't want to be none of that. I don't want to
It's
be
alright,
none
bro.
of that.
It's okay.
Man, stop speaking that tiki roka do belo to
But
me,
come
man.
on,
Come
bro.
on
You
with that
can't.
bullshit. Come on with that bullshit, man.
Come on,
See,
bro.
that's what I'm be talking about, man.
Man, at the end of the day,
It's
bro,
all
they know
love,
I love y'all.
For sure.
But nah, man.
Most definitely.
Man, look, y'all touched on some good topics. Y'all touched on a lot of key things today. I appreciate the fact. But before you kept interrupting me, I was gonna say what he was saying.
I
And
apologize.
I was saying
Sometimes we do that.
I was saying before Deshaun started elaborating on on his reasoning,
Yes.
your feelings was wrong, but it wasn't wrong completely because, again, you cannot put your perception on somebody. So, again, I agree with Deshaun 100%. I'm glad you explained that and was able to elaborate on how I was,
For sure.
what I was coming from.
I just want again, our slogan is elevated innovation over ignorance. We represent that. So the same way how you just came out and acknowledged what it was and what it ain't. There's been multiple times on this platform where he even said, "Bro, nah, you said it wrong," or "You said it like this." You know what I'm saying? And I took that in consideration. I'm like, "Oh yeah, you're right, bro."
But that's how you grow.
Elevated
That's how you
innovation
grow.
over what? Ignorance.
That's how you grow because
we don't get up here and expect to know everything.
Hell nah.
But that's what we hear as far as family, as far as boys. That's what we do because our experiences are different. You were raised different. You were raised different. I was raised different. We all had different experiences. But the different experiences that we can learn from each other help us grow to be better men, better fathers, and better husbands. And men first.
If that's the path you on.
If that's the path that you on, agreed.
Yeah. So, with that being said, man, we're going to go ahead and wrap this thing up because it look like we already 2 hours in. You feel me? You got to get
For sure.
up out of here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, have a good one.
So, with that being said,
All right, G.
I'm Halito, ladies and gentlemen. So, this is what we always say, and I truly stand on this, you know what I'm saying, at the end of this show. Together we stand, divided we fall. Fuck the middleman, you feel me? Go ahead out here, develop, go through personal development, and lead with intentions. Because that's going to be able to help you clear up all this bullshit. So, with that being said, man, we'll see you on the next episode. Anything you want to say?
Man, nah, bro. I feel like we touched on a lot of good stuff. I don't want to keep overwhelming people's minds with knowledge.
Yeah, bro, we hit a lot, but it was a good pushback
For sure.
from everybody.
I just if you guys want to hear certain things over, want us to explain it over more, just ask us. And again, we don't mind at all. We don't mind at all showing you guys and just going over the thing. Because again, whatever you guys let us know, how we can clean up things and be able to elaborate on stuff like that, we will. But again, it's no us without y'all. With this platform, it's still gonna be us independently. But again, this Undefeated Mind podcast is basically meant to elevate, innovate over ignorance. So whatever we sound ignorant to you guys on, let us know and we can elaborate more and go into more detail for you
sure.
guys. So this whole thing is to grow and to elevate.
You know what I'm saying? And also, if you want to get more into neuroscience, because I truly believe that I want to go back to be a neuroscientist, a doctor, basically. John Proctor is the guy who I pay attention to when it comes to neuroscience and metacognition, and also how the subconscious mind and the conscious mind works, and how environmental programming and genetic programming works. I give you all of these tools so you can go back and understand my mindset and how I view things and how I got the mindset that I got. So with that being said, man, y'all know what it is. We out this thing, man. Peace.